Well, the CEO of e-cigarette maker Joule is out, effective immediately. Kevin Burns announced that he's stepping down as more cities and states are banning vape products. Just last month, he appeared on CBS defending e-cigs.
We think we have a product that is legal today, is tested for toxicity, and does not present a risk based on the guidelines of the category today to the American public.
Some people are starting Joule and they've never been on nicotine before. What's your advice to those people?
Don't vape, don't use Joule. Don't start using nicotine if you don't have a pre-existing relationship with nicotine. Don't use the product.
Now, over the summer, Altria, the company that makes Marlboro, bought a massive stake in Joule. Its executive is replacing Joule's CEO. In the meantime, Joule says it's suspending all of its ads. At this hour, federal health officials are testifying before Congress for the first time about whether e-cigs have been appropriately regulated and if the White House's plan to ban flavored vaping products goes far enough.
The flavor strategy the only thing the FDA intends to do?
I can't speak to, a guidance in process, but it is certainly the major target of that effort.
And why is that? Do you think that that's going to solve the youth vaping epidemic?
No, we do not believe that any single policy or process will solve the vaping epidemic. It's a combination of enforcement and education and multiple policy things that we're doing.
And are you?
And we're also learning, by the way, 70% of the vaping products tested in connection with lung illness, the illnesses that we're seeing nationwide, were THC products. The rest were nicotine or contaminated with vitamin E acetate or another product, perhaps. Now, currently, the CDC is investigating more than 500 cases of lung illnesses in 38 states. And remember, 9 people have died.
I'm requesting that the Public Health Council order a 4-month temporary ban on the sale of all vaping products in retail establishments, online, and through any other means effective immediately.
Massachusetts Governor Charles Baker there banning all vaping products from being sold in the state, declaring a public health emergency. This is the first state to issue such a ban in response to this nationwide outbreak that we've been seeing. And they're really mysterious illnesses, lung illnesses to a lot of people that are linked to these e-cigarettes. It's a temporary ban. It will be lifted January 25th, but the governor says it's so health officials are going to have some time to look into what is specifically making people sick. And let's go to California, too. Health officials say everyone should just stop vaping now until the investigation is finished. Yesterday, the LA County Board of Supervisors passed its first vote to ban all flavored e-cigs. As people on both sides there demonstrating outside the county administration building.
The tobacco companies say that they're targeting adults, but they're using flavors that attract kids, and they're not admitting to it, and they don't care. It seems like they don't care what it can do to their bodies.
The real issue is how are they getting it? Once you stop how they're getting it, then it doesn't matter what flavor it is. There's still flavored alcohol out there.
The board said there's going to be a second vote sometime soon. And then in Minnesota, we've got a drug raid that netted nearly $4 million worth of THC vape cartridges, making it the state's largest drug bust of its kind. This happened in Coon Rapids. It's north of Minneapolis. Investigators say they found more than 75,000 of the illegal cartridges, along with $23,000 in counterfeit cash. The state is really grappling with its first vaping-related death now, too.
We currently have Minnesota children who are on mechanical ventilation due to this vaping injury. So far, our investigation is correlating these injuries to illegally purchased THC vape cartridges.
CNN law enforcement contributor Steve Moore with us now via Skype. Steve, good to have you here. I want to highlight something in this, that one person was arrested for allegedly using Snapchat to deal these illegal vape cartridges. But I'm wondering, what is your confidence, your level of confidence, that this can be thwarted if you're talking about social media and the perpetration of it in that regard?
Well, you know, you have to take all your confidence and run it through the filter of how we've done on the war on drugs, the war or prohibition, all these things. Because what's happening is states are making very informed decisions where they say, you know what, until we figure this out, we want to stop selling this stuff. The problem is when that happens, you open the door for counterfeiters, you open the door for smugglers. It's like we've seen in drugs, like we saw in prohibition. When you make it illegal, somebody will fill that void. And the problem is that the people who fill the void don't have any kind of constraints as to what they put in the product.
Yeah, so in other words, people don't know what they're getting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at least with a legal product, you know what toxins are in it. The problem with an illegal product is that you don't know what they've put into it. And a lot of people have died in the U.S. from drugs, you know, not vaping, but somebody will cut some drug with something that is toxic. And so you really are at the mercy of people who are already smugglers to begin with.
Yeah, the law enforcement does not have an easy job at it here, do they, Steve? Thank you so much, Steve Moore. We appreciate you.
Thanks.